is rich and complex. Some businesses use it as a drop-in replacement for Windows NT Server, those server systems which worked as primary domain controllers. The Samba service works just as well, and some would say even better because it's still supported. Samba can also be used as a member of an Active Directory. That's a Microsoft Active Directory. And with advancements coming in the near future, it'll soon be configurable as an Active Directory server domain controller. Potentially a drop-in replacement for Windows 2003 server systems. But those are complex issues, and remember, the RHCE Exam Prep Guide just requires that you know how to configure a service for basic operation. The packages associated with the Samba service come from the Windows File Server group, and they're straightforward. The three main packages are Samba, Samba Client, and Samba Common. If you want to configure Samba using the Redhat GUI tool, install the System Config Samba package. If you want to configure Samba using a web-based tool, install the Samba SWAT package. Both tools are excellent tools, and I urge you to check them out, test them out, and see what they do to the smb.conf configuration file. You'll learn more that way. Once installed, Samba includes a detailed sample configuration file in smb.conf in the etc/samba directory. But before we analyze the configuration file, let's look at a few tips. The smb client-l server command, where server is actually the name or IP address of the server, displays what's shared from that server. I did it without a username or password, which was an anonymous login. If I specify a username, it's no longer anonymous, and I see that Michael's home directory is part of the Samba share. The password I entered was that in the Samba password database. The Samba passwords you create have to correlate to users available in your regular password database, but the passwords can actually be different. With the smb password command, I can add with the -a Samba password for user Donna. And to confirm, I review the Samba password database in the etc/samba smb password file. Now it includes Samba passwords for myself and Donna. Now let's take a look at the Samba configuration file. It's split into two basic sections: global settings and share definitions. Most global settings go beyond the requirements for basic configuration. The workgroup is the name of the workgroup or Windows domain that you want to configure for this server. The server string is what's seen in the comments in the output to the smb client-l command or in a Microsoft Systems Network Neighborhood or My Network Places view. Even though the print cap name is commented out, that semicolon is a comment character, by the way, it's still the default. In other words, Samba takes the list of printers available in your etc/printcap configuration file and shares it with those authorized systems on the connected Microsoft Windows network. Now let's start looking at the share definitions. The basic share common to all Samba configurations is the home share. It doesn't share the homes directory, it shares the home directory for all users so configured from the Samba server. In other words, I or Donna can now access this Samba server from a remote system and get to our home directories. While it's not browsable to all clients, it's still browsable to myself and Donna, assuming we enter our username and password in the appropriate locations.